Hello and welcome to the Kate Gourmet. My name is Jeremy and today we'll be making Tonjiru. It's a pork broth based miso soup. Let's get started. So to make Tonjiru, you will need carrot, potato, mushrooms, green onion, daikon, this is a massive radish, and gobo. I promised in last week's video I'd show you how to use the fresh version, and here it is. So those are the basic vegetables, and in addition to that, this will be kind of a specialty thing, but this is konjac. Konjac is made from a type of potato. It looks like a gray jelly with little black flakes all in it. This will take a little bit of prep. It doesn't smell so good. It actually smells kind of like spackle. So it does need a little help. It needs to be boiled first before going into the soup. I'm gonna put on some water to boil. While the water boils for the konjac, I'll prepare the vegetables. Peel the carrot. Okay, cut the carrot in half and then cut into half moon wedges like this. We'll also be cutting the daikon and potato in a similar way. Set these aside. The potato is also cut in half, and then we'll cut about the same size as the carrot. And then set those aside. Okay, shiitake mushrooms, we'll just cut into slices like this. Shiitake mushrooms cut, we'll set those aside with the potatoes and carrots. Let's prepare our daikon. Now we won't be using the whole thing in this soup. I'm just gonna cut off a piece of it, and then we'll also cut it into wedges about the same size as the carrot. Cut off the end. I think I'll use about this much. You can save the rest for other soups or even snacks. I like making these into daikon mochi. There will be more recipes with daikon to come, so stay tuned. Daikon has a little bit of a skin on the outside, so we're going to use a peeler to just peel that off. Okay, once peeled, we'll cut it in half and half again. Just like the carrots, we'll cut these into small half moons. In this case, quarter moons, but about the same thickness as the carrot. Daikon is a radish, but it's a lot milder in taste than like a red radish, and it holds up to cooking for a long time, so it's really nice. Our daikon's cut, we'll also set this aside for later. Green onions cut into maybe a centimeter, quarter of an inch on the bias. Green onions also set aside. The burdock root you'll want to be careful with because as soon as you cut it, it will start to discolor. So I'm going to put it in some cold water. Burdock root's a really unique flavor. I can't say there's anything quite like it in Western cuisine. It's very earthy. Well, I guess of course if it's a root, but it's very good. The burdock root, also known as gobo, there are many ways to cut it. Some are like matchsticks. This one's a little thick, so I'll cut it in half and then slice it on the bias. That in the cold water. Now with these vegetables prepped, I can prepare the konjac. Just gonna give it quick rinse. Look at it jiggle on the board. Okay, and I'm actually not gonna cut it. What I'm gonna do is I will use a spoon to just break off bite-sized pieces. I suppose you could cut this if you wanted to, but this is the way it's usually done, with just a spoon. Nice different bite sizes. All right, and there we have our konjac all broken up with a spoon. We'll put that in the boiling water. I just want to cook this through and it'll take away that unpleasant smell. Now that we've parboiled the konjac, we will drain it. Now we have everything ready for tonjiru. So we have our carrot and potato and mushroom sliced, as well as our daikon, green onions. I didn't talk about pork yet, but we're using pork belly again. And then the gobo also cut in slices, and our konjac has been parboiled. For the seasoning, we'll be using dashi and miso. This is about 3 tablespoons of miso. I'm going to be using a pressure cooker just to speed up the process a little, because it'll only take 10 minutes in the pressure cooker. Once this is hot, you want to make sure to test it, and like that, the water beads and bounces around. That's a good sign. That means once we put the oil in, it shouldn't stick. So put some oil. So the order that this will go is we will stir fry the pork, and then all the vegetables, cover it with liquid, add the dashi and miso, and then we will cook that under pressure. All right, so let's cook our meat first. All right, see, look at that. Not sticking. Break apart the meat. Stir it around. Once the meat is brown, we can start adding the vegetables. It's looking like a tonjiru already. Okay. Drain and add the gobo. Well, sprinkle in the dashi and then cover with water. Add enough water until everything is covered. So I have about 6 cups here in this case. Add the konjac. This is a big batch of tonjiru. Just add a little sake, soy sauce. If you saw the miso soup episode, you'll know we can't just dump the miso soup in. So what we'll do is take a little miso in the ladle and incorporate it little by little. So take some miso, get some liquid, and stir it in. Okay, and once incorporated in the liquid, we dump it back in. And then repeat the process until all the miso is in. Let's give it a good stir, and then we'll close it up. Looks so colorful already. So set that to high heat. Once it comes up to pressure, we'll turn it down to low and cook it for about 10 minutes. Okay, it's come up to pressure. So we'll set the temperature down to low, and we'll cook it under pressure for about 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. So we'll take the pressure cooker off of the heat. There are 3 ways to release the pressure from a pressure cooker. The first way is there's always a valve release on your pressure cooker, but in this case, do not use the valve release. If you use it with a soup like this, you will spray soup all over the place. Trust me, I've done it. The other 2 options are letting it come down from pressure naturally. So once it's off the heat, you'll have to wait, but that can take a while. So if you're hungry, you might want the pressure to come down quicker. So in that case, what we'll do, and it's very heavy, be careful, is we'll run some cold water and then run the lid under cold water. And just like that, it has come down from pressure. So, moment of truth. Let's see how we did. Wow. Let's give that a little stir. That is a beautiful looking tonjiru soup. Let's give the broth a taste. Very nice. So let's serve our tonjiru. Make sure you get a little bit of everything: carrot, potatoes, daikon, mushrooms. and the konjac. Even under pressure for just 10 minutes, the vegetables are really soft. So that's why I love using a pressure cooker. I think you can do this for about 20 to 25 minutes without a pressure cooker. And for the topping for tonjiru, we'll use a little bit of diced green onions. And one of my favorite Japanese spices, shichimi. It's called 7 spice. And there it is, tonjiru. Let's give tonjiru a taste. To eat soup with chopsticks, first you can lift the bowl and sip the broth. And that broth is so rich, so flavorful. Little bit of the meat. Even though that's thinly sliced pork, it's so tender and good. Let's try the konjac. It has a really nice texture. I really like it a lot. Vegetables are nice and tender. So there it is, tonjiru. Really great in the cold months as we're getting into fall and the winter. Give it a try. It has lots of vegetables and the pork is delicious, of course. All the links for the specialty ingredients I'll put below in case you want to order the dashi or the miso online. Let me know in the comments below if you give tonjiru a try. I hope you like it. If you've made any of the dishes that I've introduced on this channel, please feel free to tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you've come up with. Please give this video a like and subscribe for more Japanese home cooking recipes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.